end of the day, you can't cut any cards with yourself. So this is an exercise that you may want to do and be honest about it. Because at the end of the day, this is really for you. This is really how you get to the core and the meat of things. Ask yourself, what is my purpose? We talked about this last week as well, knowing what your purpose is. And I put another call out there, and I will always put calls out there. If there's something that I'm talking about on this show and I'm putting it out there, then I will be able to help you to do it. If you ask for the help, and if it's something that I cannot personally help you do, or if there's too many people asking for help that I cannot reach everyone, I will definitely guide you or give you a resource on where you need to go to get it done. But I know there's a lot of people that's out there that they don't know their purpose, or they think they know it, but they toggle with it. And I know for many years of my life, I was really guilty of it, because it's like you do stuff and you're like, oh, this is my purpose. And then you do something else and you kind of like it. And you're thinking, well, this actually, maybe it's this. I'm really good at this too. And as we also talked about, you may have several purposes. God may have blessed you to have several gifts, and especially if you're using them. So it's not uncommon that, well, maybe, you walk in several gifts. So asking yourself, when am I most at peace? I'm at peace when I'm doing this. I'm at peace when I feel this way, or when I'm around this. And most importantly, when am I most happy? That's a good question, because that's a question that you can use to actually find your purpose. Because I truly believe that happiness is connected to purpose. And that's something that I had to just think about that statement just a little bit, because I often make up things a lot. I have these slogans and I have these things that I say, and I just kind of came up with that off the top of my head, but I think it's so true. And the reason that I say that is because of life experience and things that happen in my life. When I think about it, when I look back on things, I'm the most happiest when I'm living in my purpose. And that's even when things aren't going as according to plan. That's even when things aren't going as according to plan. I am still happy because I'm in my purpose. And so just because you're walking in your purpose, or you're doing something that you know that you're called to do, that does not in any way, shape, or form mean that you will not have trials and that you will not have obstacles. So, but you can still be content and satiated and happy in knowing that you're in your purpose. So when things do come, you can be like, okay, well, I can take this because, I know that I'm doing what I'm called here to do. But when you're in something and you're not called to it, it is a total, you can feel it. It's just, there's discord. It doesn't feel right. You can feel it in your body. It even may manifest physically. You don't feel well, and you just literally hate it. And hate is a strong word, but that's kind of what it feels like. So, I'm a person for quotes. So I want to give you a quote right here. I didn't actually mean to talk about this quote right now in this moment, but it seems befitting. And since we were talking about purpose, and I wasn't sure that I was going to get in that, but I'm not sure how you can write a life plan if you don't know your purpose. So it is essential that you discover your assignment and give yourself totally to it. And I'm going to say that again. It is essential that you discover your assignment and give yourself totally to it. And that is a quote by Mike Murdock. I talk about him a lot. I'm currently reading 2 or 3 of his books there. Hello. One of my big slogans, which again, I love slogans, is, and I say this so much, I think I put it on Facebook all the time. I think I put it on Twitter. By the way, if you want to follow me on Twitter, my handle is @BlondieAsh, and the same thing for my Instagram. But I use this quote on Twitter and Facebook a lot, and I always say, you have to see it before you see it, or you never will see it. That's my vision slogan. Don't try to steal it, y'all, because I got a patent on it. But yes, you got to see it before you see it, or you never will see it. And doesn't that just sound like a bunch of rigmarole? It sounds like a whole bunch of nothing, but it is a whole bunch of something. Let's break it down. You have to see it before you see it. That means you have to be able to imagine it for yourself. You have to be able to build it up in your mind. You have to be able to think about it. You have to be able to smell it. And it sounds so funny, but yes, this is deep. This is deep, y'all. Because if you can't see it, if you can't imagine it, if you can't create that thing in your mind, you will never have it. And this is so important for my people out there who are people of great faith. You know, it's important because how can God has a big vision for us. God has a big vision for us. And this is for everyone out there who's a believer of something. I'm a Christian. I believe in God, the Father, God, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. And I know there may be people who are listening who don't quite believe that. But maybe you believe in something, a higher power, or whatever it be. This message is universal because God is the creator of all. And He has a big vision for our lives that we don't see. And His vision for us is huge. So quite often we dumb our vision down because it's something that we can't even imagine ourselves doing or being or seeing. And we've got to get past that, because if we can't get past seeing it for ourselves, it can almost be impossible. So vision is very important. If you can't vision it for yourself or imagine it happening, how do you expect to achieve it? How? You got to think about that. If you cannot create the vision for it, where does it come from? I just had to pause for a second because this is getting a little bit deeper than I thought that I might go today. But sometimes we got to take it there, because right now we're talking about life. We're talking about your life plan. And maybe there's some people who are listening and life is going exactly as they planned. Maybe there's some people who are listening and they have no worries. Life is great. Life is grand. All is well. No setbacks, no changes, no alterations, no drama, no chaos, no discord. And my best advice to that is you go girl, you go boy. Because life is going to come and throw some things at you. You're going to go through some changes. Some things are going to happen. There's going to be some situations that come up that you don't expect. Even with a plan, there's going to be things that come up that are totally out of our control. So you have to have a vision for that. And your vision is the core philosophy of what you want to achieve. Where do you see yourself in 1 year, 5 years, 10 years. Having a vision, creating a vision is making a decision up front, right up front, on how you see your life playing out. Dare to dream. Dare to create a vision. Dare to imagine it. So, step 3 for building a life plan is your outlook. This is so important. Outlook. Outlook is how you see things. Do you see an obstacle standing in the way from you getting exactly what you want? Or do you see an obstacle as a challenge that invigorates you? I'm laughing at that because I used to say, I don't know, maybe I'm still like this a little bit. I just don't say it anymore. I used to be bold enough to actually say it. So why don't you just tell me what I can't do, and I'm going to show you that I can do that and so much more. So that was me in my heyday when somebody tried to tell me I can't do something. I'd be like, you don't think I can do it? Well, I'm going to show you that I can do that. And then I'm going to one up you. So, yeah, and I think I might be still a little bit competitive in that way. But I think it's a good thing. I mean, you don't want to have obstacles. I mean, you're going to have obstacles. And you don't want to see them as something that gets in your way and then you just totally give up. You want the obstacle to challenge you. You want that obstacle to invigorate you. Something I kind of was saying recently is that haters are like the best things since sliced bread. Because you want a hater. Because let me tell you something. If you don't have haters, then you are not doing something right. Because a hater basically is there to invigorate you, challenge you, motivate you. If you don't have haters, it's like, well, you ain't making nothing popping. And you're supposed to be the salt of the earth, so you need some haters in your life. So be happy for the haters and show them haters what you can do. It's like the whole half glass, half full thing. When you get a glass of water and it's halfway full, is it halfway full or if it's halfway empty? So, of course, I apparently think it's halfway full because I just said that. But it's that whole mentality. That's what an outlook is. And I just want to tell you, mindset is half the battle. I really want to say it's 3/4 of the battle. Because if you have something made up in your mind to do, you are 9 times out of 10 gonna get it done. And that is so true. Think, oh my goodness, I'm having like light bulbs just like ping, ping, ping pop off in my head because literally anything that I ever wanted to get done in my life, my mind was pretty much made up that I wanted to get it done. I usually don't quit things, but if I end up quitting it, it was something that I really kind of didn't want to do anyway, or I wasn't doing it for the right reasons, or it was not in line with my purpose. So if I can look back over my life and see like things that I didn't quite finish or things that I didn't follow through with, some things, this is a general thing,